That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Panda's Raw and Live is back. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I haven't forgotten about bringing you guys an updated episode. This is episode 3. We are going to be talking about the Resident Evil 2 remake, as we're now approaching the Resident Evil 2 anniversary, which is on January 21st. Now, we got a lot of things and a lot of discussion about, even including, this is the best time for Capcom. If they are going to show something to us and if they are going to talk about it, this is the best time for them to talk about Resident Evil 2. As we know, the Biohazard, Capcom, and the Resident Evil franchise websites, we have known that they have went back to their traditional roots with the blank white and red Resident Evil logo, which was used for when the director and the creators of Resident Evil 2 announced that they were going to be creating Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now, a couple of thoughts that on here is, what is going to happen inside of Resident Evil 2? What can we expect, and how much of the original from the original Resident Evil 2 to the new one is going to stay the same, and what are they going to add into it? As we know that throughout the news, we did hear that Capcom said that there might not be the scenario outputs where we could play as the different scenarios which was back on the PS1 and the PS1 version, which, it's kind of lame, but it's, who doesn't like to go out there and play scenarios? But if they do, we would like to see that. If they're gonna save that and keep that as a DLC. But my talk is January 21st, which is the anniversary to Resident Evil 2. Come on, Capcom. This is the time. This is the time to tell us something, to show us something. Are we going to hear something out for Resident Evil 2 Remake? Are we going to finally hear something and see something throughout this time to see it? I would like to see something. Maybe see a glimpse of Ada Wong, Leon, Claire. Maybe even that. Show us some type of promo to show us that you guys are still with us. Instead of keeping us in the shadows, not knowing, and stuff like that. We would like to see what is going to go on. So, next things is, a couple friends of mine that have left me some comments on emails. Jalissa from Michigan have said that Capcom, we would like to see if Resident Evil, how much is going to stay the original Resident Evil 2 compared to what you guys are going to add in. We would like to see more originality than seeing things be switched around. For you, darling, anything that we could see out of here, we don't know what to expect for the upcoming Resident Evil 2 remake. Mark Hamill, not Mark Hamill, Mark Samuel from Connecticut has said that why this long? Why not give us some type of reportings on Resident Evil 2? I was kind of frustrated that hasn't been no talk throughout the year. Why put us in the dark for this without no type of talk? So I sit here and I sit this like a couple times and I say this out. Capcom, you should have just kept us in a glimpse. At least let us know that you guys are working on something. They're showing us something. At least show us a little promo of it. Don't leave us in the dark. I know. Jessica Myers from Iowa said, well, I'm glad that Resident Evil 2 Remake hopefully can be seen throughout the anniversary, which is coming up this month. We'll never know until we see this month. Now, whatever we're going to be talking about after this episode is also going to go over to my Facebook at the Panda's Raw and Live show's Facebook page for the offline podcast to continue to talk. But I want to know from you guys, what would you guys like to know, or what would you guys expect out of Resident Evil 2 Remake as we approach this day? Also, what can we expect out of the Resident Evil 2 Remake? We don't know. All we could know is that they expect for the best. Next thing is, why the big hassle on not letting us know, and why do they keep keeping us in the dark from it? You know, I know Resident Evil 2, they might want to make it a surprise, but it's not much of a surprise now. Everybody knows. We would like to know what's going to happen now. We would like to know what's going to happen here today. Are we going to see something on the anniversary? Are we going to see some type of proof that Resident Evil 2 Remake? We don't know. But my last thoughts to you guys before we end this wonderful stream off here. What do you guys expect to see out of the Resident Evil 2 Remake? This is your one and only Panda signing off. Thank you.
Go tell Andrew Rhodey. Go tell Andrew Rhodey. Go tell Andrew Rhodey that everybody's dead. I was raised in a deep, dark hole, a prisoner with no parole. They locked me up and took my soul. Go tell Andrew Rhodey. Go tell Andrew Rhodey. Go tell Andrew Rhodey that everybody's to him like he's the one. His arms outstretched, but when she's done,